The American crime drama Dexter has been one of the most critically acclaimed shows we witnessed in recent years. Aside from the compelling storyline, the actors have done an excellent job portraying their characters that gave the show vibrancy and depth. But there are a few secrets and strict rules the cast had to follow on set. For today's video, we'll be sharing what we know about these rules. First, the cast of Dexter keeps a tight lip on what they know about on set. To say the series has seen a multitude of deaths is an understatement, and even the actors themselves weren't sure if they get to live to see another episode. It's quite admirable how they manage to keep a tight lip on what goes behind the scenes, so when a character dies, it comes as a shock to the actor aside from the viewers. One such actor who wasn't aware that they'll be killed is Julie Benz, who portrayed Dexter's girlfriend turned wife Rita from seasons 1 to 4. Benz said that she didn't know that her character was going to die until an hour before the script was released, and what's more, she only learned how she'll die an hour before they shot the scene. Did you know that Julie originally auditioned for Dexter's sister Deborah? She didn't get the role, but it all panned out for the better since Benz's portrayal of Rita won her the 2006 Satellite Award for Best Supporting Actress and the 2009 Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actress. She deserved those awards rightfully so, since her death scene was one of the most challenging scenes the team had to film because it was too surreal. Cinema Blend even described it as the show's most shocking and perfectly executed scenes, where Dexter Morgan finds her dead in a bathtub with her blood flowing over onto the floor where their child sits, a replica of his childhood memory. Prop master Joshua Metzger even revealed in an interview with Vulture that the bathtub didn't have real plumbing, so they had to pump in Rita's blood in the scene, as well as get the blood out. It ended up being the last scene that we shot so that we could get as many extra people out of there as possible. Meltzer shared, and it was just a surreal moment. We all knew when we were shooting this and looking at Julie in the bathtub, little boy on the floor, what it was going to be for the audience when they saw it. Next, they keep their personal and private lives separate. It's a well-established fact that everyone needs to separate their personal and professional life, although sometimes it could be pretty blurry at times, but not for the actors and actresses on set. Did you know Michael C. Hall and Jennifer Carpenter were once a married couple, but on screen, they play adoptive siblings, Dexter and Deborah Morgan? The level of professionalism these two displayed earned the praise of their co-actors and production team. Even as the two separated in 2010, they continued being good friends and kept a harmonious relationship, much to everybody's surprise. The production team went all out with the props on set. We mentioned before how prop master Joshua Meltzer skillfully designed Julie's death scene, but it took a whole village for the show to make it as it is. Do you know those cool plastic wraps Dexter used to cover his victims? Pretty neat, right? It served its purpose aesthetically, but the props team had to make several alterations to this prop since almost all the actors who portrayed Dexter's victims suffocated from these. In season 1, we saw these as cocoon-shaped plastics used to secure people, but a crew member pointed out how it could be dangerous, so another suggested the idea of separating the plastic covering into sections, with only the head, torso, limbs, and feet held down. Now, the actors wouldn't be suffocated, but they're rendered stuck in place unless someone cut off the plastic. Since it's a crime drama, it's pretty normal to have cadavers here and there. No, not real ones, but props for props' sake, but the team made use of real maggots and flies in the scenes. The use of CGI is pretty common, even on series, but the set directors wanted to be authentic as possible with the crime scenes, so they tasked Joshua Meltzer to use maggots and flies. But sometimes the supply he asked for isn't enough, so he filled in the gaps with brown rice instead. Meltzer was pretty well known for creating a hassle-free and easy-to-clean blood recipe, which earned him the nickname the Blood Guy. Over the years, he made several recipes that the team used for the show efficiently, since a lot of blood needs to be used on the series. If you're wondering if the knives Dexter used for his crimes are real, you're right on the money. Not only the knives, but the blades and chainsaws you saw on the show are all real, but for safety purposes, most of them are dulled, and another team made special devices that even have a retractable knife. But if we're talking about admiration, everybody was in awe of the lead actor for his strength and dedication to the project. In the same year, Hall was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and had to simultaneously receive chemotherapy and continue filming with season 5. The actor wore a wig to cover his hair loss, but thankfully, he made a full recovery the following year and announced in April 2011 that he had been in remission ever since. The actor was totally dedicated to his role, and upon landing the lead role of Dexter, he revealed in a 2013 interview that he followed people around, but also assured them that he only went around to find out how long until they found out that he was stalking them. Gotta hand it to method actor folks. They really lived the job. Imagine if Michael C. Hall didn't land the role, which could have been the reality in an alternate universe, since he admitted that he didn't almost take the job and wanted to do more film roles. But upon seeing the script for the show, he got hooked on Dexter's character and knew he had to do it. Dexter New Blood sees the return of the psychopathic killer in a new setting. Dexter wrapped up its final season in 2013 that garnered 2.6 million viewers on its premiere night, making it the most watched original series episode ever on Showtime. But in October 2020, it was announced that Michael C. Hall will return to reprise his role in a 10-episode limited series titled Dexter New Blood. It premiered last November 7, 2021 and concluded last January 9. Directed by Marco Siega and Clyde Phillips as the showrunner, the story takes place 10 years after the events of the original series, with Dexter now residing in the small fictional town of Iron Lake, New York. Trying to keep his identity hidden, he now goes by the name of Jim Lindsay and works at a local wilderness sporting gear store. Living a peaceful life and in a smooth sailing relationship, his world is shaken once more upon the arrival of his son Harrison, rendering him afraid for the dark passenger's return within him. In the end, we saw justice served in an unlikely way, since we witnessed Dexter's demise in the hands of his own son Harrison. Of course, most of the fans and viewers were shocked at this turn of events, but some of us have been waiting years for this justice to come to fruition. Now we're all left wondering if this is really the end of the franchise, or is there more? From what we know, showrunner Clyde Phillips is down to film a season 2, and with Dexter dead, the focus will fall to his son Harrison, played by 25-year-old actor Jack Alcott, who is also on board the idea if it would push through. As I mentioned, this show is a huge asset. Phillips told Deadline in an interview, "When people start binging this after the finale, I'm confident the numbers will continue to go up. It's up to Showtime to make the call to me if they want more. If they ask me if I'd like to make a continuation of this, I'd say yes. I have a lot of things going on, but I would drop everything for this and say yes in 1 second." Phillips also explicitly said that Dexter is dead and there's no way for him to come crawling out of death's door, so Harrison being the focus of the Dexter franchise is the most plausible course for the series. Will he live to follow his father's footsteps, or will he turn a new leaf and choose a normal life? There are several options the show could take into. Alcott described the ending of Dexter New Blood as divisive, since he also understood that a lot of people would be glad that Dexter finally met his end, but on the flip side, there are also several fans who rooted for Dexter through and through. Overall, Alcott delivered an impeccable performance, so if the series ever returns for a second season with him in the lead, we'll be looking forward to it. And with that, we're wrapping up today's episode about strict rules the cast of Dexter has to follow on set, and other news about Dexter New Blood. Do you think this series should continue with another season? Let us know in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.